Okay, so the darkest day in the history of the National Football League occurred yesterday. For those of you who may not know yet, although I'm really sure every football fan is well aware of this by now, the Players Union and the league owners of the National Football League could not agree to a new collective bargaining agreement, and as a result the union chose to decertify, and now there is a lockout in the National Football League, which essentially means there won't be any off-season activities, like meaning no training camps, no trades, no signings, that kind of stuff. And it's really frustrating because there is a lot at stake in this. I mean, not just the season, but this has a huge impact on the American economy as well. I mean, the NFL generates $9 billion in revenue yearly, and yet, for some reason, the players and the owners couldn't come up with an agreement for a new collective bargaining agreement. And it not only hurts the fans, I mean, it hurts the economy as well. I mean, there are many thousands of employees who are going to end up losing their jobs because of this lockout. I mean, not just the vendors that sell the jerseys or other team merchandise, but I mean there's also going to be work stoppages from the camera crews, the referees, the broadcast announcers. They're not going to be able to work because of this lockout. And it really ticks me off. I mean, and a lot of this has to do with the fact that the owners are not showing enough evidence as to why they think they should get more money. I mean, come on. I mean, yes, we know that you've made... I mean, to the owners, yes, we know that you've made claims that you need more money to operate your stadiums. We know that you need, we know you need it to more fully operate the team. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't have enough evidence, it's very hard for us to believe your claims. Okay? You don't go into... you don't withhold evidence to your claims that we have a right to know about, okay? If you're in financial trouble, we have a right to know, okay? It's like if you're going into court and you're the prosecution and you try to convict a murderer. If you do not have enough evidence, then you are not going to get a conviction. And either the judge is going to dismiss the case because of a lack of evidence, or the jury is going to find the defendant not guilty. It just doesn't work that way, okay? If you have evidence, don't withhold it from us. We have a right to know. Alright? This is ridiculous. This hurts the fans. It hurts me. It hurts America. The National Football League is an American tradition. By locking out, you are essentially taking away an American tradition. You are essentially depriving America of one of its proudest pastimes. Okay, the National Football League is the greatest sport out there. The National Hockey League, yeah, maybe pre-2004 it was great, but after the 2004 NHL lockout, the league started to become corrupted. I mean, the officials made calls that were completely contrary to the rule book. Replay review didn't solve all the wrong calls. The league higher-ups constantly defend the referees, even though the referees deserve to be fired in the NHL. The NHL's a joke. Major League Baseball, they're not listening to the fans by expanding their replay review system, even though there is sufficient demand for them to expand their replay review system, which could change the outcome of certain games. And as for the National Basketball Association, the NBA, well, let's just say it doesn't have the same spark that it had in the 1990s where it was at its highest point. I mean, there are certain teams in the NBA that are still exciting to watch, but it's just not the same than with the star power that the NBA had in the 1990s. The NFL, to me, is all that's left of pro sports. Once the NFL is gone, that's it. That's a wrap. I'm done watching professional sports. And the fact of the matter is, you have a desire to keep the National Football League around. You have a desire to keep us entertained with many seasons of football, yet you are not showing the evidence as to why you deserve to have more money. Okay? And I hope that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and 7 other NFL players who have filed an antitrust lawsuit end up blocking this lockout. Okay? It could take several months to happen. I mean, by the time we finally get a decision on this case, it might be too late regardless. And besides, even with this lawsuit, I doubt that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and 7 other NFL players are going to end up winning. I doubt it. I mean, the momentum is not on their side. The owners are probably going to display evidence on their case, and to make the players look guilty, it's just unbelievable. It's the absolute worst thing that could happen to the National Football League. I was looking forward to the 2011 season. I was looking forward to the Indianapolis Colts playing in Super Bowl 46 in their home stadium at Lucas Oil Field in Indianapolis, Indiana. And because you failed to show us the evidence that as to why you deserve more money, we are not going to have a 2011 season potentially. And because we're not going to have a 2011 season, I don't know how exactly I am going to spend my Sunday afternoons and Sunday evenings after I get home from church, or September through January. I mean, the NFL, that was the main thing I was looking forward to later this season. And now, because of some owners who refuse to show evidence as to why they deserve more money, we're not going to have a 2011 season. It just ticks me off. But yeah, I could go on and on and on and on, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you YouTube viewers have seen other fan videos concerning this lockout. All I can just hope for is that this lockout won't completely cancel the 2011 season. I mean, if it turns out that we have to have a shortened season like in, I think it was 1981 or 1982, where basically all the teams were forced to play only 9 games, and I know it was the season that the Washington Redskins ended up winning. I know that. It was that season. I forget which one it was, either 1981 or 1982, posted on the comments as to which one it was, but anyways, I'm pretty much done ranting about this whole lockout fiasco. As for Pat's Rule 213, yes, I do have my list for top 10 snake-bitten franchises compiled. I'm just not in the mood to do it right now because of this whole lockout fiasco, so I apologize for not doing it right now, but yeah, you understand. I'm pretty sure you're ticked off, as well as I am, with this whole lockout. I mean, I want to see the 2011 season, but because of some greedy owners who won't show evidence, it's probably not going to happen.